think that's it. Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Did you guys hear a loud tapping noise on there? Because I'm trying to put the sound there. I don't know what all that is. Spatial sound? Nah. Open sound settings? Sure. Let's open some sound settings. See what's up. What's up, everybody? What's up, Dylan? How you doing? Yeah, that Joker trailer, dude. I was looking on Fandango to get my my thing going because wow, I can't wait to see that. Okay. Oh, that's sound. I don't want sound. I want mic. So microphone. No, okay. I'm using my webcam microphone. Okay, so you guys think you sound good? Okay, cool. Yeah. Everybody likes my webcam. Excuse me. Thing better. Yes, Silver Surfer real fans watch ads. Actually, you guys have been watching the ads. I've seen my ad thing go up. Sorry, math real quick. About 10%, maybe a little bit over 10%, which is awesome, which is really awesome. Like it's about at that level where my wife is saying, okay, fine, maybe you can actually turn this into something real. Just got to finish doing a Captain America review. It is not up yet. I literally, that's the reason why I'm 3 minutes late doing this. I actually mentioned at the end of my review, but I just finished this. Oh my God, I hate that comic book. I love the art, but I hate the comic book, man. Oh, wow, it is terrible. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Hey, oh, I look tired. Thank you. I appreciate. No, I actually am tired. I was sitting here setting everything up, and I actually nodded off for a second. Like, okay, not cool, man, not cool. I always watch ads once in a blue moon. I skip an ad accidentally. Always try to remember for your videos. Dylan, much appreciated. For one of my oldest fans, I generally appreciate it. And talking about my fans, listen, man, I know I haven't been putting anything up for my other channel yet, but what do you call it? I do have a couple things to review for my other channel. I'm just really freaking busy. Look, I got this guy. I got the Professor X. I didn't think I was going to get him, but I found a great deal on him, so I got him. I also got, here it comes, guys. I can't tell you how excited I am for this. Oh, I got the Hulk that I wanted. I don't even care about this Wolverine, but whatever. I got the Hulk that I wanted. And since I got the Wendigo too, how perfect is the original Wolverine, the Incredible Hulk, and the Wendigo going to look in a video together? Oh, yes. I got a couple things though, man. I got my bang! I got my Triple H figure, which is awesome. He's got that original belt on there. Oh crap! I didn't bring it in. I got an AJ Styles also with the actual WWE belt, as opposed to the 10 pounds of gold belt. And I've also got all 6 of these, which I have to do the reviews for. But I will do them. But you know what's funny about this one? I've actually got an extra one of these, guys. Yeah, I've got an extra one of these. And once I get to 1,000 subscribers on the other channel, my which you can find the link for below. Once you what do you call it? Once I get 1,000, but let's see if I can actually just do that link here. Can I do that link here? Show you guys. Copy and go here and paste. That should bring you there. That should do it. Once I get 1,000 subscribers there, I will start doing giveaways, starting with this Iceman. I also have a couple other things I can start doing. I happen to have an extra red alert from Transformers Siege. And don't worry about the distance, my peeps. I don't care if you're one of the 6 people who live in the Arctic right now. If you're willing to pay for shipping, I'm willing to ship it to you. I've got what's this? I've got a Cyclops from the same wave. That's it from the wave. Cyclops and Iceman. I know a lot of people are looking for the Storm. Sorry. If I get my hands on another Storm, awesome. I've also got these 2 guys that I'm doing giveaways. That I'm going to be doing giveaways for. Nightcrawler and Beta Ray Thor. That's right. Weren't able to get your hands on these. This wave is already pretty much out of the loop. But if you weren't able to get your hands on one of these, you might still, if once I get 1,000 subscribers and start putting all these things together. So, yeah, man, I'm like amped to hopefully one day finally get that going. Okay, let's start looking. Oh my God, you guys are already. You're attacking me. Okay, let's see who all is here. Magic Man is here with paperbacks and soundtracks. What's up? Mark Guerrero. Disney deserves 50% of the Spider-Man profits. They were willing to pay for half the cost and made the movie. All Sony did was finance them. Yeah, I think that a 50-50 total thing would be a good idea. And if not, Sony will just keep on making crappy Spider-Man movies. See, that's the thing. Venom did pretty good. Venom did pretty good. Let's acknowledge it. So whether 10th biggest film ever for Sony. That being said, Amy Pascal also teased the idea that what do you call it? Tom Holland was going to be in the movie, and lied, but whatever. Anyway, yeah. All that being said, as good as it could have been, it really wasn't as good as it should have been. I'm not one of those fans who's just gonna be like, no, at least we got a Venom movie. Well, technically, we had a Venom movie with the third Spider-Man film. There's that, and I didn't like it. I just didn't like it at all. That being said, there are going to be people who like it. I don't begrudge anyone or besmirch anyone who dares to like something I don't like. Good, like something that I don't like. I really don't care. Tonight, I got to watch and review the Man of Steel movie. That's going to go up. Hopefully, that goes up tomorrow for my reviews, or excuse me, for my Patreon only exclusives. So tonight would actually be the last night to sign up for Patreon if you want to get that review. And I'm going to try and throw up the Batman vs Superman one. If I don't do it by the beginning of next month, it'll be in the middle of this month. So again, if you sign up for that tonight, if you're not already signed up for Patreon, and literally you can pledge one lousy dollar, and you're a Patreon, and I love you extensively, more so than just a non-patron. But yeah, anything like that, and then boom, you will get the exclusive videos that I put up on through Patreon. And again, like even with the whole Snyder Cut people for the Justice League, I'm not here to try and disrespect anybody. You know, it's just I have my opinions, you have your opinions, and we all live in the same shared universe, and we're still cool with each other, right? Right? That being said, yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the Venom movie, and we've seen it before. Even if they wind up doing a really good movie at Sony, it's always going to wind up dropping off at some point. Everything that they do winds up dropping off because they're mostly motivated by greed, and they don't have any safeguards for it. And the same people who wind up screwing up the X-Men property and the Fantastic Four property, Tom Rothman specifically, and I talked about this in my Spider-Man, what's going on in the multiverse thing, the Sony Marvel deal, the Sony Disney deal. Tom Rothman is now in charge of Sony, so what's going to happen to Sony? Sony might wind up doing great, but at the same time, he doesn't like sci-fi movies. He doesn't like comic book movies. He doesn't believe in them, and he's just going to wind up putting Avi Arad in charge of Spider-Man again, and the movies are going to suck, and whatever. Maybe they'll come back to Marvel, maybe they won't. That being said, Joker movie looks, oh my god, so good. Venice Film Festival, it's going on over there. I might have to take a trip to Venice. I'm not even joking. Well, I'm joking, but I don't want to be joking because, oh my god, I really want to see that Joker movie. After I saw that second trailer last night, oh my god, I can't wait. So yeah, I want to pre-order my tickets. I'm hoping that at some point I can go someplace and somebody will be like, "Hey, you're Professor Bill. Would you like an early screening?" Yeah, I wouldn't mind being on the red carpet. Hang out with Joaquin Phoenix. Be like, "What's up, bud? Can I get that laugh again? Let me get that laugh again, bruh." Because, dude, that movie looks like it's going to be good. I can't wait to see that. Let's see. Silver Surfer's here. What's up, Surfer? Collector 123. How you doing? Dora 73 is here. I'm cool. We have Spider-Man on the big screen. Either way it goes. Oh, this is true. Silva, Oscars irrelevant since 77 anyway, but I'm excited for the new Joker. The trailer looks good. Yeah, but a fourth Spider-Man movie. Dylan Anthony. David Presley, what's going on, dude? Excuse me. Let's see. Cryptid, what's going on, Cryptid? Curious to see what you're going to say about my Captain America review when it goes up because did not like that issue. Yeah, David, I'm working a lot, but I'm good. I'm good. Raven, what's going on, Raven? We got our spell checker, our thesaurus, our fact checker. There we go. That's really what I'm looking for. Got our fact checker here. I dropped the Captain America run. Ooh, yeah. I might after this one. I might. Oh, okay, cool, Cryptid. Yeto, what's going on, Yeto? Always good to see you, bruh. When is your new previews review going up? I usually put that up on Tuesday morning. Yeah, I have the books. I have the books. Just yeah, that usually goes up Tuesday morning. Your collection has really been growing in the last couple of months. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeto just subscribed. Awesome. Subscribe to the new toy review channel, please, because yeah. uh, Luisito. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm doing the best I can though. What's going on, dude? Caloys Comics. What's up? First Bill Maher, now Mark Marone is trashing comic book movies. Talking about hypocrites. I don't know who Mark Marone is. Moron? Might be Moron. I knew someone named Moran. I used to call her Moron. Um, what do you go? I didn't disguise it at all. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Oh, just jumped a lot. Crap, just jumped a whole lot. Okay, I'm hoping I'm not missing people. Let's start from here. I do love that Karima was brought back. That is actually really cool. Let's see. Good day. Oh, hey, Miss Megan. What's up, Miss Megan? NZ Ken. What do you think of the Joker trailer? I commented on it. You're late with your comment. Actually, I'm late with my response to all that stuff. Sorry. $1 a month or just a buck to become a patron? $1 a month, and you're a patron. Even if you just do it for 1 month, you're a patron for 1 month. Cool. And whatever videos I got up, you get to see them. Um, yeah, but I only have it at like the $1 and the $5 rates. So like I'm not asking for a whole lot. And if you guys can't do it, I understand you guys can't do it. Just keep watching the ads, and I make money that way. And we're cool. My wife doesn't say, babe, this comic book channel isn't really working. So, with all of your college, why don't you go back to, an actual full-time job as opposed to just teaching at home English and doing the comic book channel and stay at home? Because, the kids are going back into school in 6 days. So maybe go back out and get a full-time job. Like, yeah, she's been knocking on that door for a little while now. Just saying. And I got to keep a happy home, my peeps. Got to keep a happy home. Sony's into the Spider-Verse is unparalleled in my opinion. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was as good as you apparently think it was, but it is pretty good. Can they keep doing it? Maybe. Maybe they can. I don't know how much effort and time they could put into that kind of animation all the time, though. Maybe. Excuse me. One of the best Marvel movies I've watched in my life. I do see them succeeding with the Spider-Verse. Oh, excuse me. Still love just had some General Tso's chicken, General Tso. I never met the guy, so I never got to ask him how to pronounce his name. But today is Saturday. Today's my foodie cheat day, so that laugh was good. Love how the character's more serious and complex take on the character. Absolutely. First season of EMH, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. There we go. Hey, Paula. What's up, Paula? Good evening, Professor, fellow alumni. Ready with my notepad to take notes. Sweet. Robert Beato. Wasn't sure about Joker from the first trailer. That's exactly how I felt. The first trailer, I was like, okay, I'll probably see it, sometime during the week. Now I'm like, I got to see this ASAP and review it because holy crap. Justice League was going to be, Mark Arroyo says, Justice League was going to be bad no matter what. Too many characters to introduce, plus a 2-hour runtime, and neither Man of Steel nor BVS were amazing. Reviews got worse with each film. Yeah, agreed. And I do not blame Joss Whedon for that. Yeah. Let's see. NZ Ken. I'm up to spawn number 23 and loving it. Dude, you got, issue 300 is coming out when? You got a lot to go. Make sure you're still buying the other ones at cover price, though. Unless you think you can get them cheaper. I don't think that Spawn 300 is going to be that cheap though, but we'll see. Shazam Who Laughs is fire. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of spoilers in the chat because you're either here for the thing or not. I guess you could hide the chat, but even if you're hiding the chat, I'd have to comment on it, right? So, but I will say, Shazam Who Laughs, Holy crap, when I saw that, man, I'm just like, yes! From your perspective, Sebastian says, who do you think should succeed? Succeed Jason Aaron and Thor. Who should succeed? No, succeed. Who should succeed? Jason Aaron and Thor. Maybe I don't want to really take Al Ewing away from it. Plus, I know that he's hit fire with Immortal Hulk. Don't really want to see him divide his attention like that, but he's going to do whatever he wants to do, right? I've seen some of the other things he's done, and I wasn't particularly happy with it, but, sometimes I enjoy it, whatever. I wasn't happy with his Inhumans run. I liked his Ultimates 2 run. So, it depends, but like right now, Ewing is coming to mind. I don't know. Turn it to the chat. Who do you guys think would be good to replace Aaron once he leaves Thor altogether? maybe maybe after he's finished with his current arc on Ragnarok, maybe ask Walter Simonson to come back. Oh God, that's just a wing and a prayer, man. But God, what I wouldn't do for that. Most of what Jason Aaron has done with with the thing with Thor has actually been off of that run. So let's see, what do we have here? Curious about what's coming on after King Thor myself. Let's see. The only reason why I haven't dropped Captain America is because the Alex Ross covers. Alex Ross does those books where it's just his covers, so there's that. Really, Old Man Thor is next. Oh God, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Mark, Krypton producers said they were going to Ran. That's two N's, no big deal. Thanagar War. Oh, the Ran Thanagar War. That would have been just amazing. I said that. I said that they should do that when I was reading or watching the first season. I said they should have done that. They absolutely should have. That's the thing, man. And Red Sun with Brainiac and Jor-El. That could be fun also. The trick is, here's the thing. You never hold back. You never, ever hold back. If you got something, some kind of a good idea, you don't sit here and say, well, let's just knock this thing out first so that we can, get to this, really good idea. No, you hit the really good idea first. You have an incredible first season, an amazing second season. You can have kind of a slumpy third season until you come up with better ideas, if that's the crap you want to do. You always hit them hard first. Always. So yeah, that's their mistake. Oh well, we'll see. Look, I have zero doubt in my mind that we will see the Rand Thanagar War at some point or another. We'll see it. Worst case scenario, maybe I'll get a whole bunch of Hawk figures together and I can make it myself, because that would be great. I did say your name correct. Awesome, but I did it like 2 or 3 times. So which one was correct? Wilfredo, hola, amigo, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué pasa? La 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 la. Yeto, out of curiosity, is there maker merchandise out there? I'd love to see a maker figure sitting proudly somewhere in my office. No, there is not. But you know what? We could do it. We could do that. How hard would that be, right? Get the little thing in the back and then just like mold it together really quick and just that. I think that'd be great. Oh, bonjour, Pop Show. How are you? My French sucks, but it's going to improve by necessity. My son starts French immersion next week. So, like school's starting, he's going to the first grade. He got accepted into the French immersion program. It's not even just a program, it's the school. So anybody who's not familiar with French immersion, any immersion in school, it means that he's half of his classes, mind you, it's only first grade, but half of his classes will be in English, the other half of his classes will be in French, which means he will have not just a French class, like learning how to speak French, he's going to have a math class that will be taught in French. That's hot. So he's really going to in-depth learn the language. Hopefully in 2 years when my second son is ready to go to first grade, he also will be accepted into French immersion school. And yeah, because we are a multilingual household. My wife and I don't both speak the exact same languages. We share English and Arabic. She's much better at Arabic than I am. But what do you call it? We're hoping to actually add French to that language also. For me, French and Dutch are the two, not Deutsch, Dutch specifically, are the two languages I'm really hoping to learn. But French would have to be third in line for that because, like, when you think about it, from the very tippy top of Europe to the very bottom of Africa, you make a straight line, straight down. As long as you know Dutch and French, you're good. You're good. Like anything that you need to anybody who you need to talk to, either French or Dutch will do it. You know what I'm saying? Throughout Germany, Dutch and Deutsch so similar. They're like this. Afrikaans in South America is basically just Dutch with a dialect. You know what I'm saying? And then France, France has conquered and colonized so many of the areas in Africa that holy crap. So I could literally take the Prime Meridian and with two languages plus the English that I already know, just straight down, I'm probably okay. I think that would be really cool. I think that would be an amazing trip once the kids are old and we've kicked their asses out the house and we just like, you know what? Road trip, baby! We just straight through and just talk to anybody and everybody we can. Oh, look at this. Derek Pierce says that Henry, Memphis, and Bristol say hi. Well, what's up, kids? How y'all doing out there? Any more parties? Oh, wait a second. You know what? I'm not talking to you kids because you haven't given me my Shazam cupcake yet. You know what? No. Just, you know what? I don't know you. I never knew you. I shun you. You've been shunned. What? I don't hear I don't even hear laughter. I hear nothing. I hear nothing. You're dead to me. I don't know you. I want my Shazam cupcake. Man, I'm mad right now. Anyway, I really want. Today's my cheat day too. I should have a Shazam cupcake. Okay, let's just move on. Spawn is now in Mortal Kombat 11. I heard that. I heard that he's coming over there. Let's see. I don't know why I've got the Halo soundtrack in my head, but you know what? Note to self: blast this Halo soundtrack when I'm finished with this. David Keith returning for Spawn's voice in MK. Oh, sweet, sweet. Good news there. Silva? Okay, oh, hold on. What's up with this? Forgot to tell you, Professor, I picked up Volume 1 of Ragnarok by Walt Simonson. Nice. Ever since I did that Spotlight and Story, I was really hoping it was going to pick up and people were going to see how amazing this freaking run is. Right now in stores, he's putting out the third volume. Issue 2 might actually be out this Wednesday, which would be kind of cool. Excuse me. Sebastian says, this is my opinion, but I think Ta-Nehisi Coates should start writing comics on a bi-weekly basis in case he drops the ball. We don't drop his book sooner than later. I think that he just needs to devote a little bit more attention to it and understand that we know who Captain America is, and this isn't the Steve Rogers that I've ever seen before. Maybe in the first week of his creation, but nah. I can't say I like it. Shame he's only appearing in MK11. Would love to see Spawn debut in an image-only dedicated fighting game. Yes. Throw in some of the other smaller comic book companies in there too, because Spawn versus Pitt. Sorry, who doesn't want to see that? Because oh wow. Mark Herrera, if a show does all their biggest ideas right away, then the rest of it will just be boring. Yeah, but it's better than it being canceled before you get to the really cool stuff. So no, you throw out all your big stuff first. Plus, at the same time, here's a thing with writing that I've learned. The book that you start writing isn't the story that you finish writing. As you're writing, you're always finding new stuff to do. So if you've got this idea for a season 2, but it's like, the season 3 stuff is better, just go straight to the season 3 stuff. Maybe you'll refine what you did for season 2, and you'll make something else later for the new season 3. Or you'll write something else completely different, and you'll never get to that old stuff because who cares? Just because you wrote it doesn't mean it has to be used. Like that's not the way that the world works. You always go with your best ideas first. They always say it's an idiom in America. You put your best foot forward, right? So likewise, just do the best that they possibly can. The biggest and best ideas, throw them out first. I mean, like this is Superman we're talking about, right? Krypton. Sorry, they've got more than two or three good ideas out there for Superman, so they never have to run out of great stories. You know what? Hire John Byrne as a consultant and just say, listen, what do you think we should do? Stop right there. We've got the next 5 seasons already planned just based on that one sentence you said because, he's John Byrne. Anyway, oh shoot, I forgot to share the links for the podcast. Derf! Thank you for everybody who themselves shared links. Much appreciated. Since I forgot to. Derf. Okay, so we've got Derek. I've picked up a Marvel UK Death's Head 2 miniseries 1 through 4. Gonna read after the kids go to bed. Kick them to bed so you could and tell your lovely wife to hook me up with a Shazam cupcake because I obviously can't trust the kids to do that. Let's see. Young Justice season 4 is going to have the Legion of Superheroes. Oh, sweet. That could be cool. John Marston. Wait a second. Aren't you the guy from Red Dead Redemption? Well, both of the Red Dead games, because John Marston, right? Yeah. John, may I make a recommendation? Learn to swim. um, Absolutely amazing character. And I got to meet the voice actor. Well, by meet, I got to see him from a distance and wave, and he maybe didn't see me or didn't care. Either way, I got his picture, so that was cool. I got to put that stuff up on my Facebook one of these days. One of these days. Yeto, I'd love to see Spawn in his own game in general. Soul Calibur 2. That's right, he was in Soul Calibur 2. Just having a run. There you go. Like you said, an Arkhamish game title. Even if it's not an open concept world, just having some kind of a game, first person shooter type game with, whatever. Just something where Spawn, like, have an actual mission that Spawn can run. Yeah, I just don't see why not. What about Sicilian? I'm triggered. What, Sicilian pizza? I don't know what you're talking about. You mean the language? Like it's just Italian, but with a different dialect. I was just talking to what do you call it? This Italian guy. It's an Italian guy from Argentina, but I was just talking to him yesterday. I think tomorrow, whatever, when the kids are at school, maybe a couple days a week, and we go up and hang out with him. He wants to play dominoes and stuff like that. He's an older guy. He's retired, but we talk about growing stuff. Gardens. No, not that kind of stuff. We just talk about growing fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. And he wants me to take over the garden that we got outside here in our apartments, and I'm more than happy to. So I'm actually going to make things that bees will come to, that butterflies will come to, and some fruits that the kids can pick and eat if they want to. Because why the freak not? Actually have the kids learn that we can be self-sustained right here in our own complex. So I'm totally down with that. But anyway, yeah, he speaks Italian fluently, so I'm going to try and hang with this guy and try and wheedle some Italian off him. Okay, I am really far away from the bottom of the comments, so I'm going to try and go down a little bit lower. I see 8492 Timothy. Is it true? Is this true? It is generally accepted that Shang-Chi is better, but still might lose to the Iron Fist. Yes, of course. Here's the thing. One, it depends on the writer when you're talking about a comic book. Outside, it depends on the headcanon of the person actually doing the things. I am going to get back into doing the versus battles one of these days soon because hell's yes. I think it'll be really, really fun to do. Actually get a bunch of people who love the characters and have a role-playing game, this character versus that character, and just see what two fans who independently, like if one person loves Sabretooth and another person loves Wolverine, what's the actual truth? Who would actually win in that fight, Wolverine or Sabretooth? And just have them go at it with each other. You know what I'm saying? Captain America versus Batman. Let's actually put the stats together and let's see. This guy loves Batman more than anybody. This guy loves Captain America more than anybody. Let's get these two people to fight it out on in a game, like an actual pen and paper role playing game where you've got all the stats in front of you and you have to actually say, I'm going to do this and this is why and I wanted, and so there is no, oh well, that's not in the game controller. Screw all that nonsense. Oh, I didn't do the research. Well, that's on you. I thought you said you were a fan. and actually see who would win some of these matches, because I think that would be freaking awesome. So one of these days, I'll get around to doing that, because that's something that's really high up on my list of things that I want to do. Um, and likewise, that being said, Shang-Chi is better. Shang-Chi is the greatest, or at least most knowledgeable, most skilled martial artist in the Marvel Universe. As far as could Iron Fist beat him, well, think about it. If Iron Fist hits, first off, just having his chi flowing, much like what Shang-Chi could do, they're very, knowledgeable with each other. The only person who's ever learned fully what the Shang, the not Kung Pao chicken, Kung Lao martial art is. Because remember, that's an alien species. That's not Tibet. That's not China. That's not the Orient, as they would say back in the day, or anywhere in Asia. The door is in Tibet, but the land of and the seven kingdoms of are actually aliens that landed in a ship. That this is the portal and opens once every decade, one day every decade. So they're actually aliens. So this is an alien martial art that Shang-Chi taught, or Shang-Chi, Iron Fist, Danny, I want to say Danny Cage. It's not Danny Cage. That's Luke Cage's name. Danny Rand. That Danny Rand taught a little bit of to like Colleen Wing, but he himself, the only person he ever really that ever really learned some of it, and some of it was by talking with him, some of it was by sparring with him, would be Shang-Chi. He's mastered essentially every martial art out there. The best person to put against a Shang-Chi would be Batman, and take away that overcompensating freaking bat utility belt, and just have these two go at it, bare chested or whatever. That would be a very interesting fight to me. But Shang-Chi, now, yeah, Shang-Chi should be able to beat Iron Fist, but you got to remember, if Shang-Chi gets hit, even nicked by that Iron Fist, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like fighting with a knife. One person could be superior with a knife, the other person could suck with a knife, but it's a knife. All you need is one lucky shot. You know what I'm saying? It's fussed. Let's put it that way. So that's my take on it. Or you could just go with what Silver Surfer says there. How good is Immortal Hulk Savage Avengers? I might read it. I think that Immortal Hulk is far superior to Savage Avengers. Can we finally talk about House of X 2, please? Yeah, of course. Ask your questions, Sabah. I'm here. Why is Tom King writing that? Can't I have anything nice? I want Donny Cates to write Batman. Okay, but Donny Cates doesn't want to write Batman. Donny Cates wants to write John Constantine. And you got to let the man do what he wants to do. At the same time, that means he's going to leave Venom. So do we want that? Really? Um, Need to catch up on my Red Hood, Artemis, and Bizarro are finally back. Oh, that's right. Oh, the Red Hood Outlaws book is supposed to. I got it down here buried. I don't feel like digging it out. It's supposed to have new characters in it. That's what I was told. Lur, 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 lur. Iron Fist does have the advantage of the Iron Fist that Shang-Chi doesn't have. True, true. Okay, oh, you know what? I'm down at the bottom. I'm going to try and stick with the bottom for now. For a versus debate, how about get people who aren't fans who will debate simply on the facts? That is a possibility, but I'd rather people, like, if they're not fans, I want it to actually be invested. I want it to be something, because if they're not fans, it's kind of like, okay, let's, oh, you're going to assign me Superman? Okay, I don't really care about Superman. Oh, this person's going to be using Batman. Okay, cool. I wouldn't mind if Batman won, so, like, I want it to actually be an investment. I want it to be like, no, I can't let my boy lose. There's no way that my boy right here can possibly lose. I need to kick this dude's ass. I want it to be that the other person says, but then I'm going to do this. And then this person says, come on, man. No, it's not fair. Like, I want it to be one of those things where it's like the other person admits defeat, not because he just gave up, but because you can't think of anything else. So I want genuine fans of the characters who are knowledgeable about the characters who are, like, you got the rules. These are the rules. Play the game now. Yeah, that's what I really want to see. America versus Captain America versus Shang-Chi. Even though they were sparring, it seems like Steve could have an edge. Could have? Oh, he would have an edge against Shang-Chi. The thing is, in my opinion, he would have the edge because how did Bruce Lee always put it when it comes to Jeet Kune Do? Jeet Kune Do. Rather than learning 6 or 10 different ways to block, a straight punch, how about you learn just one way and you always block that way? So this way, your reflexes are faster instead of thinking, oh, I should block it this way, or no, I should block it this way, no, I should block it this way. And how about instead just have one way to block it so that you're immediately thinking of what's your next 6 moves, you know? So, and that's one of the things with Steve Rogers. He has not mastered every single martial art like, let's say, Batman has. But when it comes to standard karate, meaning, like judo and boxing, those 2 martial arts specific, a couple others also, make no mistake, he's great with a bunch of things he does, but especially when you're talking about judo and boxing alone, if he were to just use those 2, there's practically no one who could beat him. Ben Grimm couldn't beat him. I'm being dead serious right now when it comes to that. Ben Grimm, the Thing, could not beat Steve Rogers. He would finally get frustrated. He would finally lose his cool, and that's when Steve is really going to do some damage. That's when he's actually going to start hurting Ben, as opposed to just flipping him and throwing him out of the way and messing with him. You'd have to add the acrobatics in there also, because he is the Thing. One good punch, that's your ass. But I think that, yeah, Captain America is just way too good with those 2 martial arts plus the acrobatics. Like, you just, I can't see Shang-Chi limiting himself to 2 styles and being able to beat Captain America. I simply can't see it. Cap simply knows those 2 so damn well that if we take the Bruce Lee formula, he's unstoppable. It would be if Steve decided to start trying to, pump out another couple of different moves and whatnot, or if, Shang-Chi did start to telegraph his moves, which he could do, and he's definitely better at it than Steve is. So, I could also swing the conversation that way. That's why I would want to have 2 dead set fans. No, I know Captain America better than anybody, and Cap would definitely win. No, I know Shang-Chi better than anybody, and Shang-Chi would definitely win. And then these 2 actually, sit down, here's the rules of the game, and they start going at it back and forth, rolling dice, and so we do still have the luck factor involved. And let's see who would actually win. I would love to be able to do it using face rip rules. You know what I'm saying? The Marvel Superheroes Advanced Role-Playing Game System, and just using those rules and seeing who would win. Like, you've got to prove everything that you're going to do. And sometimes the dice might not be in your favor. So that's what I really want to do. Cap First Batman debates are how me and my Cap friends met, which led us to making the Captain America community page. I miss that page, dude. I genuinely miss that page. Fabuela. Okay, I'm gonna try and get this right. Fabula, Okay, now I'm gonna just mess it up. Anyway, what's up, F man? How you doing? Yeto, how about the Maker versus Rick Sanchez of Rick and Morty? I don't watch Rick and Morty. I don't know what's up with that. There should be a contest of martial arts for Marvel, like Dragon Ball Super. I haven't watched Super yet, but yes, there should be. There absolutely should be. Hey, what's the final version? Is there a Super Saiyan God where, like, that's the extreme and you can't go any higher? What is the highest level of Super Saiyan? Please, comments. Because I've only watched Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I never watched GT or any of the ones that followed. Seems like she relives her life with all the experiences that she had before. It's basically resetting her timeline. Oh, so you guys are talking about Moira, obviously. I look at Captain America as someone who created his own style of martial arts. Anybody who has studied 2 or more martial arts and has really gotten into it, by default, you're actually, realistically, even when you just study one martial art, like I'm tall, I incorporate my height into my martial arts. Someone who's short will incorporate their height into martial arts. Someone who's stronger, like naturally really strong, you're going to incorporate your strength into your martial arts. Anybody who's just quick, you're going to incorporate your speed into the martial arts. And these are multiple. You just talk about somebody who's fast, like uncannily fast. You'll probably do less straight punches and more jabs, rather than doing like a quick little combination, like like that. You might continually go and then move to the side, and work on your footwork. You might bounce around a whole lot more instead of being set in your style, like someone who's really strong, who's just looking for that one killer punch. You know what I'm saying? He's just gonna take, swat, look for that opening, boom, done, fight's over. That everybody's gonna, even if you only know one martial art, really, but if you know two martial arts, those two styles will become, especially when you make it your own, will become almost unrecognizable, to the original traditional martial arts. It's what the MMA guys realized that us traditional martial artists took forever to realize, and some of us still haven't. The Shaolin guys, they still haven't realized that MMA is actually the way to go. I wish I would have gotten into MMA when I was younger. I would have been so, like, there wasn't MMA when I was a kid, though. I would have been so much better than what I am now. Yes, it's not reincarnation to me either. Well, it is. It's more like a resetting of the timeline, and she's the only one who remembers it, but only after she hits puberty, when her mutant gene activates. Until it activates, she doesn't have a memory of her past whatsoever, or her pasts whatsoever. Once that mutant gene hits, it's all of a sudden, wait a second, like the ultimate deja vu. She remembers all of this stuff, and she's able to actually change it, as she goes on, take different paths. It's a very ingenious take on the next story. What was that? Nicolas Cage. I think that was called Next. Okay, let's see what do we got here. I'm really enjoying Venom at the moment. Collector says. Kate's is really good. It would be a shame to see it canceled if Eddie died, although it would make sense. And I'm sure that if he did die, Kate's would have a way to not only bring him back, but do all sorts of really cool things in the meantime, like hang out with Dylan. Dylan could be an interesting new symbiote. Yeto, I think it's worth noting on Steve Rogers' martial arts expertise. Like, no matter what martial art you specialize, it all devolves into to boxing, kickboxing, grappling in a real fight. Essentially. I don't think he's willfully using other martial arts, but reacting on instinct instead. One of my favorite takes on martial arts is from Captain America: Civil War. Not Civil War. The Winter Soldier. In my opinion, best movie in the MCU ever. Yes, better than Endgame. It was perfect. It's like it spoke to me on, like, this is the kind of movie I like to see. This is the kind of genre I like seeing. It was the best movie in my opinion in the MCU. That part of the beginning where he's fighting Batroc, the leaper. He's using Savat, or Savate. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Um, Savate would have been a good martial art for me to learn when I was a kid because of my long legs and the power that I can generate. But this guy, he uses Savat. And he made that insult to Captain America, and Cap's just like, come on, man. Took off his helmet, put his shield behind him. He's like, let's go. And Batroc started, like within 3 moves, Steve Rogers essentially became the Taskmaster, and he's already got what he's going to do, and he wound up doing it better than Batroc. And I'm just like, that is Steve Rogers. That's what Steve Rogers do. And I know you've only got like 200 characters you could type that in, but I think that's what you were trying to lead up to. Yes, Yeto. Captain America is the type that, even though he doesn't have the photographic reflexes that Taskmaster does, he does have the ability to look at what you're doing and learn what you're doing as you're doing it and make improvements on it because his body is simply in better shape than your body. His body is in better shape than Shang-Chi's body. So if we're going to refer back to the Shang-Chi fight, one of the key ingredients is Captain America is simply the perfect human being. If Shang-Chi can do it, Captain America can do it better. The trick is, can Shang-Chi act fast enough for this guy who's the perfect human being to not allow Cap to learn what he's doing? Can he, and yes he would, can he keep on mixing up his style? Instead of, like dragon whips his tail. I keep on using Chinese kickboxing as Bruce Lee put it in. That wasn't the Big Boss. The Chinese Connection. I think that was the Chinese Connection. Was that the Chinese Connection? It was the one that had no, Return to the Dragon. It was Return of the Dragon. The one that had Chuck Norris in it. But when he what do you call it? Just the idea of keep on, using the same style. It's like you're not good enough to learn my style. If Bruce Lee would do that to Captain America would wipe the damn floor with Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? Bruce would have to very quickly realize, and thus Shang-Chi, who is basically the superhero version of Bruce Lee, he'd have to very quickly realize I cannot use the same move in the same art as I did, in the previous move. He'd have to each and every moment keep on changing his style and hope that he's got enough, moves in his different arsenals. Like, I can only use Savate, this one time. Next move, I've got to use Wing Chun. Next move, I've got to, use boxing. Next move, he's got to keep on switching it up and hope that he could take out Cap before he starts recycling, because he's going to have his CD on shuffle. You know what I'm saying? Sebastian, thoughts on Jim Henson, and also please don't spoil the Netflix Dark Crystal prequel series. Just finished watching 2 episodes. Oh, my wife just today said that she was recommended to watch it, so we watched the previews for it. That's it. I watched the trailer for it. I don't know anything else about it, and it's something that we would want to watch with the kids anyway, so I don't know if I'll actually be watching it, but we'll see. What are your favorite music genres and one major example of each? Classic rock, which everything is classic rock after a few years, but Led Zeppelin. To me, Led Zeppelin is the ultimate band. They already knew what they were doing by themselves, having Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones starting off the band, who were like 2 of the premier session artists ever, especially Jimmy. Dude, nah, nobody could top Jimmy Page on guitar. I know people will sit there and say, like, oh, well, Eric Clapton, they rode on the subway, Eric Clapton has got. That's cute, man. That's really cute. And Clapton was great. Look at the number of top hits that they've done, and look at that Clapton has done with all of the various incarnations of different bands and groups that he's ever been in. I'm talking like he's been with Phil Collins, he's been in Cream, he's been with John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, he's been solo multiple times. He's played with Dwayne Allman. You know, saying like he's done a lot with a lot of different people. He did the Rolling with the King, whatever it was, with BB King. He's done a lot. How many hits does he have? As opposed to Led Zeppelin, where you could literally take all 9 of their albums, maybe the last album questionable, but for the most part, all 9 of their albums, and just play them from beginning to end, and just go, oh my God, these guys are amazing. Jimmy Page just had this ability to perfectly imitate whatever he wanted. Like, he's basically the Shang-Chi of the guitar world. He could imitate anything. He could improve on it. If, like the Kinks, so many bands hated Jimmy Page because when they went to go and, go to the session and actually record their album, a lot of times the guys in charge of the sessions would be like, listen, we're going to get like, you're really good in live and whatnot, but when it comes to actually doing, for the album, which everything has to be crisp and perfect, we're going to go with a session guitarist. Hope you're not pissed off at that, all right? This is the guitarist which really got to shine. And if they found out Jimmy Page was called in to do it, they were infuriated because he wound up doing it for everybody. And here's this guy who he didn't start playing guitar until much later in his life. Jeff Beck came along, went to art school with him and taught him how to tune his guitar on an old Spanish guitar, and Jimmy Page just took it from there. And nobody, in my opinion, nobody could touch Jimmy Page. But you've got that belting voice of Robert Plant, and you've got the drums of John Bonham. Just God, he'll pound your freaking heart out. You know what I'm saying? He'll change your heart palpitations just based on his drumming. So anything there. That being said, what's my favorite classic rock song? Might actually have to be Boston's More Than a Feeling. I can't pass that song on the radio. I'll have like, all 6 of my presets, and I'll be like, oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? If I hear that and I still got, if I turn on the radio and that's on, I don't care what's on the other 5 presets. I don't care. I'm listening to this because holy crap, it's got to be the greatest song ever made. Another genre would have to be like, let's say, rap. I really liked NWA a lot. When I was living in Asbury and I started listening to rap, it was one thing. But when I started hearing NWA, I could tell right away that what they were doing was revolutionary. What they were doing was so different. And I know that Ice-T started gangster rap, but this was more than just gangster rap. This was actually, forget about the N words, forget about all the cursing they did, forget about F the police. No, they were doing so much more than that. They were really telling you what it was like being black and living in Asbury, being one of 6 white kids in the entire high school. Yeah, I really needed to understand what it meant, and like this, it spoke volumes. And at the time when I was already listening to this, by the time that um, Public Enemy came out, it's like, oh my God, they're literally picking up with what they did. And then anybody who didn't understand what those bands were doing, and some of the other bands also were doing, Rage Against the Machine told them exactly what they were doing. If you like Rage Against the Machine, I think that you'll love Public Enemy, you'll love NWA. I think you'll really love all of that because it's crazy. At the same time, I could listen to Cypress Hill any day of the week, and I don't care if it has anything to do with this, like what real life is, or just rapping about joking and token or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just yeah. So there you go. Major examples from each. Multiple examples from each. Instinct. Yeah, I got you, Yeto. Joel Amor. I guess it's. Is it Armor? Doing the best I can. SS Blue. Yeah. Ultra Instinct. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I don't know what that is. I stopped caring about Super Saiyan levels once they made Super Saiyan Rose. Super Saiyan Rose. Oh my God. Super Saiyan 5. V says. Okay. V. The final battle. I know everybody's thinking it's going to be the Alan Moore V, right? No. V. The final battle. Lizard people. Damn it. Lizard people from space. Andre MS. What's going on, dude? Greetings from Brazil. By the way, I really enjoy your videos and inputs on comics in general, man. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, the whole damn thing just popped, didn't it? Oh, no! And there's a bunch of new people who jumped on. Um, okay, let's do this. But she remembered being in the womb before she hit puberty. Did she? Yeah, I think you're right. But the power didn't hit. Oh, okay. Memories are one thing then, I guess, but the ability to reincarnate. The thing is, Destiny said, and maybe Destiny was lying. That's something that I also mentioned in one of my reviews. Destiny may have just been lying to her, but she said that her 10th lifespan would be the last one she could really do anything in, because her 10th one, she would wind up dying in a car accident before the mutant gene hit. So she would not reincarnate again after that. So that's all I know. And if there's a mix-up in there, I don't know. If Thor was stripped of his super strength and durability, could he defeat Shang-Chi in hand-to-hand combat? He's been fighting for thousands of years, but he's been fighting for thousands of years, while not always depending on Mjolnir. He has been depending on that super strength and super durability. So that's the thing. This is one of the reasons why the traditional martial artists always try and tell you, don't make the fighting style your own until you've actually mastered the fighting style in and of itself. Not just the basics, but as it is. If you've got your great height and you want to put some extra effort into your kicks or your punches, you want to lean into a little more to give you more than just an inch or two extra, distance, that's fine. But first, learn how the style actually is. Learn the proper reverse punch. Keep your shoulders square instead of twisting into it as a tall person like myself might do. You know what I'm saying? Learn the actual basics, and that's the thing. I don't. Thor is one of the greatest fighters in the universe. I know that a lot of people like to think that, Wonder Woman would beat Thor. No, it's my personal opinion. Wonder Woman would not stand a chance against Thor. Not only is he stronger, not only is he a full god, while she's sometimes considered half a god, sometimes not considered a god at all. Thor is a full god. Even if you want to say, oh, he's demigod because his mother was human. No, his mother was not human. His mother was Gaia. Gaia is actually more powerful than Odin. Gaia is Mother Earth. She's an elder god. You know what I'm saying? She's one of the few elder gods that the Demiurge allowed to exist because that's her mom. That's his mom. You know what I'm saying? So as powerful as Odin is, Gaia is infinitely more powerful. So yeah, he's a demigod. The other half is effing off the charts. It's one of the reasons why in the mythos Thor is so much more powerful than Odin could ever imagine being, and he needed the magic just to even be able to keep up. In the Marvel comics, it's an entirely different story. Odin is more powerful than Thor, but it shouldn't be the case. Not when you think about it. It would have to be one of those kind of situations where, similar to the Thor Ragnarok story, are you the god of hammers or are you the god of thunder? You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's the that's who Thor actually is. But Thor has been, rather than training in martial arts and things like that, practicing with your fellow sisters. I don't care how real your practice is. You're not actually trying to kill the other person. I don't know how many Themyscirian sisters actually die in practice and whatnot, but practicing and practicing and practicing is cute. But Thor actually being thousands of years older than her and always being in constant actual combat where you are trying to kill the other person, you do kill the other person, and the other person or people or whatever is trying to kill you. And I'm not just talking about other Themyscirians or other Asgardians in this case. I'm talking about freaking giants of multiple different varieties, dissimilar from each other in the extreme. Trolls, what do you call it, dragons, you know what I'm saying? Like there's ogres, orcs, whatever, all these different monsters that he's had to fight against. And yes, sometimes other Asgardians. Yeah, the veneer, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, Thor is no joke. He's no joke. And as powerful as Wonder Woman is, I do not think that in a real fight, comic book fight, I think that she would maybe last, if she lasts, I want to say a half an hour just for the sake of conversation. But honestly, however long she lasted, it would only be because it pleased Thor. It would be because Thor's going to come at you with this much strength. Basically, I want you to think about this. Anybody who loves Dragon Ball Z, Thor is Goku. He's going to come at you with this much strength. That's what he's going to do. And then he's going to say, oh, you're a lot more powerful than I thought. Well, try this. And you're going to think, he's going to come out in full force. No, he's going to come out with this much strength now. He's going to keep on going and keep on going. And you're going to think at some point he's going to tap out. But then you're going to be on the other side with your little freaking device talking about, it's over 9,000! And he's going to keep on freaking going because he's freaking Thor. Wonder Woman is awesome. She's beyond awesome. Thor is well beyond that. Thor, just with his fighting style alone, is so ridiculously OP because he's had more practice than Steve Rogers, than Wonder Woman, than, I would say that the only person I could possibly combine him with or truly compare him to would be Hawkman. Hawkman, the guy who has almost always been a warrior at some point or another in his life, and then died and come back, and died and come back, died and come back, and but he's learned all these different weapons, all these different fighting styles, all these different techniques. He's as brave can be. He's just not as powerful as Thor. So if you were to say, take away the nth metal and take away the durability and strength of Thor, the best possible person to put him up against, as far as like fighting is concerned, would be Hawkman, because hell's yes, that would be a fight that I would pay to see. You know what I'm saying? As far as Shang-Chi is concerned, like, how weak exactly are you planning on making Thor? He'd still have to be as strong, like, taking away from what he is. I don't know, make him as strong as, then that means Captain America would be stronger than Thor. So that's, to me, that's kind of a weird one. But anyway, I think I gave enough there. Thor is Goku. Just like Superman is Goku. Realistically, Goku is Thor and Goku is Superman. And Saitama would be Goku. Symbiote Dylan could be interesting. Oh wow, I'm way back there. Okay. Frank Corvino, what's going on? Ghetto Attack Master mimicking Black Widow's movies. Yes, if he's actually going to be in that Black Widow movie, that would be freaking amazing. 8492 Timmy. Protocide versus U.S. Agent versus Captain America. Winner Clinton McGuire, Earth 616 Protocide. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's interesting. Let me look that one up really quick. Come on, gimme. There we go. Oh. There we go. Okay, yes, I know Protocide. Okay, you're going back to pre 9/11. You know what? I will research that more, and I will give you a fair and balanced answer on that. Oops, let me go there. Okay. Mr. DC Comics, what's up? Squid, what's going on? What She-Hulk comics should I read? It depends on you, bruh. It depends on you. Some She-Hulk comics are more silly than others. Some are more serious than others. Depends on what you're looking for. So is the Ultimate Universe still active? According to Bendis, yes, but Bendis isn't here anymore. So maybe. I really like Ultimate Sue Storm was amazing. Ultimate Sue Storm was just so wonderful. You know, it's like, why do you keep on going to my husband for stuff? Don't you know that I've got, you know, what did she say she has? She's got like 4 degrees or something like that, 3 or 4 degrees. Yeah, she's awesome. Seeing her strangle Doom and Namor just because she was peeved was pretty dope. Yes, she didn't hold back. Sabah, Led Zeppelin's great. I wouldn't say they're the greatest of all the plagiarism stuff. That, unfortunately, is something that you have to go back on. At the same time, it's not just them who did it. It's the entire British invasion. The entirety of the British invasion was white people in America weren't listening to black people in America's music. But that music wound up being shuttled over to England. And the English didn't have a problem with listening to black people's music. So they heard the blues and all these crazy things and whatnot. And, you know, Blind Willie Nelson and freaking Robert Johnson. You know what I'm saying? They heard Bo Diddley. They heard B.B. King. They heard all this amazing stuff. And they're like, oh my God, what is this? You know what I'm saying? They heard this stuff and they said, dude, we're going to learn how to play this stuff. And they did. And they put their own take on it. All of them. Every single one of them. The Rolling Stones, the Beatles, everything that Clapton was in. You know, like all of these guys, The Who, they all did it. And then they come back over and like, hey, check this out, America. And America's like, we've never heard something like this before. Yeah, I wonder why. So, yeah, I hear you. I 100% hear you. Plus, the whole Ultimate Kang story was left unresolved. There was a lot left unresolved. Really, Ultimate Spider-Man was the only really memorable Ultimate Universe series. It's the only one who didn't fall apart. Oh, look at this. Tim Ford is here. Maggot is an underrated African-American mutant whose powers revolve around sentient maggots. I want to know that Eenie and Meanie are both still alive. Because I thought one of them got killed. Professor, speak my language, comparing Thor and Hawkman. that's what happens. Yes, an hour has passed. I'm probably going to bounce pretty soon. I still got some General Tso's chicken waiting for me and some nice brown rice with some vegetables thrown in there. It's one of the healthier cheat days I've ever had. I'm going to have to find a way to disturb it a little bit more. Oh, I've got these new jalapeno flavored M&Ms. I think they're jalapeno flavored peanut M&Ms. They're like habanero in there and everything. I'm going to try that out and see if I don't die. If there is no next podcast, you will know why. I have died. But it'll be an awesome death, man. Man. Hey, Griffo! I haven't seen you in a dog's age. What's going on, dude? Let's go back up here. Old Man Rogers in his Captain America armor or Frank Miller's Batman with his armor? Okay. Captain America never did anything like what Batman did with his armor. So, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go with the one that had higher aspirations and achieved more. I gotta go with Batman's armor. Eenie and Meanie were slugs that would digest stuff. James C says instead of him having a stomach, right? Yes, and more than that, when the only way that they could get back into him was by burrowing into his stomach. So he and burrowing out of his stomach to go and eat. So he was suffering all the time. But whatever they ate, he would when they burrowed back into his body, he would then gain the properties of that. So if they ate, like, let's say, solid steel, and there's no, we haven't seen what they can and can't eat and digest. So anyway, like he would get super strong after eating something like solid and powerful. But there was the one time where I remember my favorite maggot scene when he threatened Juggernaut, and I was just like, and Juggernaut would just stopped, and he laughed at him. He's like, I like the balls on you, kid. You got some moxie. I like that, kid. That was really cool. And I was just like, but I wanted to see that. Wasn't that Grant Morrison who did that? I can't remember. But like, I would have loved to see that. But we're probably better off not actually knowing, right? We got to know if there's a limit to that. Um, let's see. Fought evenly with Superior Iron Man. Yeah, F Superior Iron Man. No, actually, Superior Iron Man is my favorite version of Iron Man. Disturb it a little more. um, so is the Maker returning to his more heroic self? He's still got that look on him. In that previous issue of Venom, he still got that look on him like, no, he's not. He's always been in it for himself. Um, so I highly doubt it. At the same time, I love it. Yes, yeah, the suspicious characteristic. If the Maker ended up being pragmatic but heroic version of Reed, that would be awesome. I agree. I 100% agree. I would love to see them go at it with each other. It's like, hey, I wasn't on your council of Reeds because I'm better than all of them. Think about it. He's smarter than all of them. I mean, damn, that is impressive. Excuse me. Will Marvel be coming out with new runs that link to the Disney Plus show? Like, have we ever had a Falcon and Winter Soldier run? Not a run, but they did work together very closely in the Who Will Wield the Shield ordeal, and afterwards when Bucky became Captain America. Sam Wilson worked really closely with him. I'm positive that this is where it's coming from, and therefore it's going to be Brubaker. So I don't see anything bad coming out of this TV show at all. If the Maker ended up, oh, saw that. Have you heard of Rooster Teeth? Yes. Uh, did you know that it's part of Warner Media? No. And right now they're partnering with Netflix and certain toy company uh, for their series of shape-shifting robots for 2020. Rooster Teeth, I only remember them from Red vs. Blue. That's the only thing I remember them from. I know they've done other things, but I'm not sure. Are you talking about Transformers or GoBots? Or is there something else? If they can do the Maker justice, it's good for him. What's up, John Wright? How you doing, brother? John's been with me forever. He comments on like almost every single video that I do, which is impressive. Sometimes I think that he reads more comic books than I do. I feel like a lot of people underestimate the benefits of the Maker's age. Oh, exactly. And the fact that he doesn't have to eat or drink or sleep or anything. The guy is literally Reed, but with 1,000 years of research experience under him, I feel like he surpasses 616 Doom easily. I wouldn't say easily, but yeah. Yeah, he might. He honestly might. Well, then again, no. You also got to remember, what did Doctor Doom do? He went back in time, allowed himself to keep on living all throughout history, just so that. So he's easily just as old, if not older, than the Maker. So you can't mess with Doom, man. You can't mess with Doom. Doom is the ultimate freaking villain, and if he's a good guy, then he's the ultimate good guy. Doom is the greatest thing that's ever happened to comic books, in my opinion. Like, holy crap. It is Transformers. Okay, thank you. I did hear they were doing something with Transformers soon. But like with Doctor Doom, man, a hero is only as good as the enemy. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that Doctor Doom has carried the Fantastic Four through some rough times. Because there were times when the Fantastic Four comic books were boring, but you're always thinking to yourself, But Doom might show up. Like, the villains were always so much more interesting than the bulk of the Fantastic Four. You know what I'm saying? There were times when they knew how to write the four great, and it was awesome. But for now, let's see. I have a feeling. Isaiah, what's going on, Isaiah? I have a feeling that Spider-Man will stay in the MCU, and a new deal will be made soon. I think that. I think that um, Sony's going to try their hand to go it alone. We'll see. They might come. They might decide to try and come back, and Marvel might just decide to tell them, no, go screw yourselves. You know what I'm saying? You keep the Spider-Man franchise, because that's what I honestly think they should do. They should say, you keep the Spider-Man franchise, and you keep on making your movies to try and do something positive for yourselves. Have fun at it. And the moment that they can't keep up with their commitment, the rights automatically go back to Marvel. As much as I love seeing them in there, I got to give a really, bad personal take that a bunch of people are going to be pissed off with. I wish that Spider-Man never appeared in Captain America's Civil War. I wish he never appeared in the Marvel Universe. Because if he never did, what was, what the hell were these guys going to do at Sony? What were they honestly going to do? They were just going to keep on putting out crap material. They would have had to put out a Spider-Man movie since then. It wouldn't have been great. It would have kind of stunk. And it's like, when you think about it, they could have put Spider-Man in that Venom movie. They could have. It just couldn't have been Tom Holland. If they would have put a different character in there to play Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, they could have done it. And it would have been their own version. We could have had Andrew Garfield back. We could have had Tobey Maguire back. We'd have somebody completely new, but it couldn't have been Tom Holland. It was legally not permissive for it to be Tom Holland. They could have put anybody in, but they wanted to try and eke their way into that MCU. They needed the MCU a hell of a lot more than the MCU needed Spider-Man. A whole hell of a lot more. And they should have just left them out there dangling and said, no, we don't really want to have anything to do with you. We're going to keep on collecting our merchandise rights. We're going to keep on making the cartoons of Spider-Man. We're going to keep on making toys. If we want to make toys, we'll make toys. We're going to do whatever we want. You do you, boo. And just say, yeah, hey, if you do want to sell the property to us, here's the price that we're offering. Work with us with that. And not even make it that big of a deal. Just be like, listen, you keep on losing money off of your Spider-Man movies, or you can just let it revert to us for free, just like the Fantastic Four did, just like which technically it didn't revert to them for free, but it could have, just like the X-Men did. It's not that big of a deal to me, bro. And bang, there you go, done and done. The conversation is over, right? And eventually it would have come over, and maybe by now, maybe in 2 years, whatever, maybe we would have actually had Spider-Man fully back in the MCU without them having to actually buy Sony, because I really don't want the whole monopoly thing going on. I really hate the idea of the monopoly thing going on. That being said, Glitter and Duct Tape. Okay, that's a very interesting name. What's going on, dude? Mark McKeever. I work so much, I'm months behind in my comic book reading. I know the feeling. I just got caught up with Batman, and this weekend is for catching up with 6 months in the main Justice League title. Oh yeah, got to catch up on that, because there's a whole lot going on, and it's really affecting almost all of the other comic books out there right now in DC. John Wright, anyone to blame is Tom Rothman. You're damn right, man. Slay. What's up, Slay? What's going on, Slayman? The next issue of Curse of the White Knight can't come soon enough. Agreed. Sebastian, did you check Tom King and Clayman's reaction to Heroes in Crisis fan outrage? No. Do you have a link to that? Because I'm very curious to see what their reaction was. Can Disney just buy the rights at this point? The Spider-Man dilemma has brought up the ugly side out of some fans. Yes, they could. They could put in an offer, but the ball is completely in Sony's hands. Go and check out that video that I did if you haven't, where I just explain everything. I explain what the deal currently was, or currently is. I explained what the deal, has always been. I explained what the quick little deal was between Disney and the MCU and Sony having Spider-Man in the MCU and whatnot. I explained all that good stuff. But yeah, in general, yeah, they can make offers, and Sony has the right to either say yes or screw off. Glitter and G&D is just chilling. Isaiah Coyote. Professor, will we see the return of the Masters of Evil in the near future? Well, honestly, bruh. Oh, come here. Honestly, we can only hope. I finally got my hands on a Baron Zemo from back in the old Mandroid collection. He's got his sword, he's got his pistol, he's got him, he's got his belt, his not bandolier, but the pistol holders up here. I've got a Citizen V, just for the sake of conversation, Citizen 5. But, dude, I've got this guy. So you know what? Honestly, eventually, you'll be seeing the Masters of Evil once I actually collect the... I've got to get my hands... They got to make a set for, what do you call it? The Marvel Legends. They got to just put out a 4-pack of the regular guys, of the Wrecking Crew. You know what I'm saying? I've got Absorbing Man. I've got Living Laser. Ooh, I need a Mr. Hyde. Okay, here's the deal. Stop screwing around. Stop putting out one of the Wrecking Crew per. No. There's always 6 in a set, right? Sometimes 7. The 7th one won't have a Build-A-Figure piece to it. So have all 4 of the Wrecking Crew, and then have 2 other guys, whatever. But make it a Masters of Evil one, you know? Have Mr. Hyde be one of them, and have who's the 6th guy? Who's the 6th guy? Do another Baron Zemo? Fine, do another Baron Zemo. I don't even care. Just have all 6 guys out, and when you buy all 6 characters, you're able to build Goliath. I've got an even better idea. Have a regular sized Goliath too, as like, you know, that 6th or 7th guy. Hey, Slayman, what's up with the 5 pounds? Thank you very much, sir. Geez, not even a question. What's up with that? Genuinely appreciate it, brother. So, what do you call it? Anyway, yeah, have a regular sized Goliath, and then, or even just have Atlas. How about that? Have Atlas. You could like literally have some fun with it. You could do that Ant-Man pack that they did for a while. Oh, I've got the Sandman Build-A-Figure. Actually, he is. Yep, yeah, he's right here. The Sandman Build-A-Figure. I've got all of the pieces for him and everything. He's awesome. But yeah, be able to put together. You know what? Just have a single pack where you've got regular sized versions of Atlas and Goliath. One of him as Power Man, one of them as a giant size Atlas, one of them as a super giant size Goliath. Like, that's what I'd like to see. Because they did it with Hank Pym, and it kills me that I never saw it in the stores. I wasn't collecting Marvel Legends at the time. I think I was still in Saudi while that was out. And it just left stores not too long after I left Saudi. And yeah, yeah, that kills me. I would have loved to get my hands on that freaking pack. Like, getting my hands on that set would have been amazing for me because I'd have that version of Goliath, Giant Man, you know, the Ant-Man, the regular size characters. God, that would have just been amazing for me. Hank Pym is one of my favorite characters in the MC or in the Marvel universe, the comic book specifically. And I would love to be able to reenact that scene, you know, the Masters of Evil arc in the from the Avengers comic in stop motion with my Marvel Legends. God, I would love that. Just read Superman number 14. The UN proposal made me rage. Should have seen, yeah. Forget about me. I imagine enough of you guys saw my Superman number 14 review. I actually got angry. Like, I genuinely got angry. I started off so good, and I was just like, I can't take this anymore. Damn it, Bendis. What the hell are you doing? I was so mad. How much will Marvel charge for Zemo's sock mask? Just make your own, man. Make your own. Let's see. Will the Transformers universe continue after Bumblebee? I don't know how much it made, but if it did, it all depends on money. Did it make enough money? If so, then yeah, it definitely will. Sebastian, remember when I wanted to recommend you a social commentary show to you? Before I tell you, they're on HBO and YouTube. Okay, so what is it? Also, Isaiah, nothing yet. Wilfredo, will Moon Knight be better served with an R rating or whatever the TV equivalent is? Maybe. Maybe. That's the thing, man. Like, he's had some great moments in the comics where they didn't show blood back under the Comics Code Authority, you know? They could. Or you could just, you know, I don't know. Honestly, it depends. Like, it depends. It depends on what they're going to do. You know? It's up to their creativity. We'll see. Because as it stands, I don't know that. Yeah, I'm about to get going also, dude. Whoa, Slay. Jeez. Calm down. Thank you for the 10 pounds, sir. Did you hear about Ennis's new Punisher Max comic? Can't wait. Ennis and Aaron are my favorite Punisher writers by far. I did not hear that Ennis was going to be doing another Punisher Max series. Dude, if he's doing another Punisher Max series, why can't we just bring back the Max universe, the Max imprint? Like, and honestly, aside from Jessica Jones, which was completely, out of the blue, nobody expected that. Wow, that was amazing. The Punisher Max was the best ongoing, continuing story that the Max series did. I mean, just arc after arc after arc. There's like, what is it, like 4 issues of each arc? God, they were amazing, you know? That would be anything but PG. They can go up to PG-13. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Can Marvel Gaming Universe happen? Um, well, the comic book is out. The Gamerverse comic book is out, and it's just with Spider-Man for now. Dennis Hallam, formerly Dennis Hopeless, is writing it. But yeah, man, the book in and of itself, Dennis Hopeless Hallam, he's writing the Gamerverse Spider-Man. Issue number 1 just dropped, Spider-Man Velocity. I'm not reading it, but it's out. It exists. I didn't buy it. Probably should have, but I didn't. Um, yeah, I know. I still got a couple comic books I still have to go through. Yeah, I got Fantastic Four, Yancey Street, 4 Yancey Street. I've got Batgirl. I got that cover. Talk about Oracle. I got Dr. Mirage. Oh, what do you call it? It actually happened. Vertigo is actually sending me comics now. Every Friday, I get the new comics that are coming out sometimes a month in advance. Much love, all the love in the world to Vertigo. Thank you, and thank you so much, Vertigo Comics. You are freaking awesome, and it genuinely makes my life easier because after Dr. Mirage, I can now start reading the stuff early, keep it in my head, and then when the book actually comes out and I buy the physical copy of the book, I can read it for a second time, have a great new take on it, and actually hopefully understand the characters better. Instead of rushing to put out a review, I can take my time with it, actually research the characters, understand them better, and hopefully give better reviews for it. So, like, it's only helping Vertigo, you know? But all the love in the world. I can't thank them enough for actually starting to send me that stuff. Now, if only Marvel and DC would start sending me stuff early also, and hey, Dynamite can jump in, IDW can jump in, Image can jump in. I'm all good, man. I'm all good. I love reading comic books. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur 46 with his beautiful cover. I love that cover. But I'm wondering who that squirrel is. Red Hood and the Outlaws. I got that one. Got 2 more. I got the Runaways, number 24, and I got Stranger Things 404. That's the only indie comic that I got this week besides Dr. Miracle. Yeah, man. So checking those out. I don't know if I'm going to actually get to them all. I've got to start slowing down on all the comic books that I read. I'm reading way too much, way too many. So let's try and finish this out now. John Oliver and Jamel Torres before HBO. The latter couldn't get his own show outside of YouTube because Trevor Noah. John Oliver and Jamel Torres. I know John Oliver. I don't know Jamel Torres. I'm not a huge fan of Trevor Noah. His laugh is really off-putting for me. Wilfredo Figueroa. Talking to Raven. Cryptid, have to head out. Have to pick up my girlfriend from work. Good night, Professor. I'll see you later, Cryptid. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce out too. Oh man, no Killers number 2. They sent me the information after I already picked up my comic books, and I looked at Killers number 2. I had it in my hand. I said, you know what? I need to put this down because at the same time, one of the comic books that they sent me free digitally was Killers number 2. So I technically have the comic book online that they sent me. So I could read the comic book, and I probably will since they sent it to me. I mean, it'd be disrespectful not to, right? So I probably will read it. I just won't have the physical copy in my hand. It just depends if I can get through these. Because, like, guys, if you could see, I've got so many toys in my room. I've got toys out there in the living room. My wife is actually going to start getting pissed at me real soon. I'm not joking. I got too many toys here. But I'm trying to buy these things up so I can start doing reviews, hoping that I can get that 1,000 subs and actually have, some of these toy companies start sending me their stuff so that I can review the stuff before they actually hit the stores. because yeah, that would actually be really meaningful to me to be able to do that. That's my other big love with comic books are these kinds of toys, you know. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna bounce now. Much love, all the love in the world. You guys showing up and saying what's up, just you know, so, and I'm out. So I will see you guys on the flip side tonight. I'm gonna start doing some reviews. Like for instance, I'm gonna review this, and I'm gonna review this, the Professor X and the Wolverine and Hulk set. I'm going to review those. I don't know if I'll have time to review anything else, but I will try. And I'm just going to throw those up as soon as I possibly can. And oh, Slay. Hello, Slay. Again? Thank you for the £5, brother. Doomsday Clock number 10 comes out on September 4th. Finally. It's about time. Yeah, you're right. The first issue came out when I was still in high school. I'm in my second year of college at the moment. I told you guys it was going to take 2.5 years for this thing to come out. I told you guys, like, how ridiculous is that? But it has gotten good at the end, so I'll probably check it out anyway in trade paperback form, or just read all the issues. I've got all the physical issues, so I might as well just read all the issues like that. Anyway, yes, listen to Dylan Anthony and give me a thumbs up on your way out. And please don't forget to check out an ad or 10. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you look at my reviews, pretty please. It's the only way I'm really asking to get paid. But if you are a Patreon member, I will be sending you guys a couple of movie reviews, comic book movie reviews. I just did the Batman Hush animated last month, the beginning of this month, and tomorrow, hopefully, I'll have Man of Steel, the unofficial, the official but accidental beginning of the DCEU. I'm just going to do the entire DCEU in order, starting with Man of Steel, which I'm going to try and watch tonight. So I'll check you guys all later. All the love in the world, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.